What is up, duelist?
Two regionals this weekend. Saturday was the German Open, and Sunday was Dinslaken regional. Um, Before we start, German Open was terrible. It was one of my worst tournaments in quite a while. I did not feel well. I injured myself a little bit during my back, like during deadlifting in the gym the last week. I don't want to blame it on that. It was maybe also just for some other reason that I was not unconcentrated. I missed so many obvious things. I had a turn that I forgot that Fuwa was active. He just activated Fuwa and draw phase. I went normal white rabbit, said TV activated for no reason. Just try to combo. Then I figured, oh, TV is active. Fuwa is active. Stuff that usually don't happen, and it's kind of embarrassing. I apologize for that. Um, but yeah, I was super unfocused during the some rounds. Usually, it really doesn't happen things like that, especially in such a big tournament like that. That is also important for the world points and everything. It can be because my back was hurting a lot this weekend that I was just yeah not really focused or like distracted by it, thinking about my back and not having my mind set on the game. But yeah, I don't want to search for excuses. It was definitely not my best performance. So yeah, I scrubbed on this first regional, but Sunday was way better. I started 4-0 at the Dinslaken regional. I lost round 5 and 6 again to misplays. And a wrong read. Round 5 to in a Maliss mirror match. It didn't make sense to me, but now I saw his deck profile and it turned out that he just didn't play TB11. So I was assuming he would play it. What happened is he went normal some White Rabbit, set GWC. I activate Fu on res. He passes without doing anything else. I'm like, okay, sure. By setting GWC, I know he has like a Bestial or a March Hare or backup in his hand. And by passing, I know that I have a read of at least one card in his hand. He used two draws in my turn. He used an Ash Blossom in my turn, so he had one card left, and I knew it was a combo piece. And then last card turned out to be Nibiru. I played fully into it, because I did not think of this being Nibiru because of the way he played. It turned out he was not playing TB11 in his deck list, so he even if I didn't drop Fuwa, he would have just passed because he didn't have a single play. Yeah. Unfortunate. You can say it was a bad read, the hand, but to me it was correct. It was the only thing that can be possible. But yeah, that was game two. Game three, I lost because I missed something. I was distracted. I was not here. I was not in the tournament. I was not present. Um, Definitely shouldn't happen again. Yeah, I'm very confident that it won't happen again. But with that being said, let's just hop right into the list. I'm gonna tell you the matchups later, in the end of the video, and I want to show you what I played right now. This is the list I played. It is not too far from what I've been playing the last couple weeks. But I did some changes that actually made the deck feel much better. To be honest, I found out that the Malice in the Mirror is way better than I thought. During testing, I sometimes I played without and it worked out if I when I didn't play it, but then I put it in and that just kept playing and it felt so much stronger. And also against a couple matchups like Draco Tail going second, Malice in the Mirror is not too bad because can I get Arthalion, for example, but it also gives their flame more value. Against Mitsuyami, it's okay because it can hit Murakumo in theory. But yeah, usually you just play it. So you have a like for the banish effect, and also I wanted to play it because going first, it's not too bad in the mirror match because if they start with something like a chessy cat or some whatever, um, and then they basically force the Malice in the Mirror, so you activate it with ransom because you were under Fu for the Fu lines. I figured that Malice might be played more, and in the mirror match you just activate it to stop the normal summon effect. Then you wait, like you go ransom, set up MTP, set up the banish, and whenever they turn the normal summon into a link one, you just banish the link one. Either force Lingerebo or just banish it if it's not Lingerebo, but usually it's a Lingerebo. So that made the card much more valuable in my opinion, and I decided to play it, and I definitely don't regret it. It was amazing. Um, Even that scenario came up in a mirror match. So other than that, I still like I added a third allure and two ball rakes for three ash blossoms. Instead of three ash blossoms, and I moved the ash blossom to the side deck. The reason I did this is because I figured I don't want to draw Ash Blossom if I go second. I only want to have it if I go first. I mean, it's a common thing that a lot of people been doing in the recent months, even to side deck the Ash Blossom and not maining it just to hit the Charmies. I just decided two Ash Blossoms, and the call by is like the third Ash Blossom, but better than Ash, obviously. So I can beat Fuva a bit better, or Charmies, or like if there's more Meows, I can beat them a little bit better. But I felt like it was okay. I mean, it I drew it like once or twice, and I hit a Jarmy once, and I kept it for the opponent's turn against Ragotail the second time, and against Ragotail, obviously, it's a great card. And yeah, I also wanted to play it because of Dracotail. That's true. I forgot to mention that. Just to have like a bit of a better matchup against Dracotail. Because Saturday there were so many Dracotails on the German Open that I figured I want to have Ash Blossom in my deck so I can have like some better chances. Because on Saturday I played droplets on that spot for instead of the Ash Blossoms. But I figured Ash Blossom is probably better because it can hit more things, and it's more generic also if I go first to hit the Jarmies. And the Nibiru's in the side deck, they were amazing. They were insane. Like it's one of the best going first cards in the game. Obviously, going second, it has a lot of implications. Nibiru on itself never is very good. We all know that. We agree on that. Nibiru is just good if it's paired, but you have so many things Nibiru can pair with. If they're under troll and you nip them, nip has a lot of value. If you nip them and you have Super Poly as a backup, it's a lot of value. If you nip plus Impulse is a lot of value. Nip and Abyssal usually is also very good value. So I was a big fan of Nibiru this weekend. Then the last slots here, the Lightning Storm Harpies. I don't needed them. I didn't need them. They were not good enough in my opinion. I will most likely cut them and find something else I want to play. And I just they felt so weird. They never felt good enough to side in. Even against Tail, it's kind of weird because the traps aren't that good against you. What kills you are the monsters, and they don't deal with the monsters. So you rather want to have like the Ash Blossoms to stop them, to stop their spell. If they start with them to prevent the monsters, to prevent the resources. It's all very weird. It's like very, yeah, like these slots are something I have to find. I mean, Dark Lord is almost set against Yummy and everything. Fisher, if you go first. I didn't draw a single Fisher though, but yeah, it's an amazing card, obviously, especially with more Draco Tail. Then called by Ashes, Nibiru, I loved this weekend. So these three slots are something I want to find out. For the extra deck, I made some changes as well. I cut Dark. I think I cut Dark before. I cut Almirage and I cut the Bomber Dragon. Bomber Dragon, it came up, but honestly, I feel like if you can set up the allied board and have like some non-engine paired with it, maybe Bestial, then it should be good enough already. So Bomber Dragon, I wanted to cut it for the cards I put in, which is I switched Bomber for the Link Spider. So I have predicted that there's gonna be more Nibiru's, which was correct. I got nipped twice or three times even, and I was able to play the route because of Link Spider. So that was definitely the right choice. And last but not least, I switched Almirage for Lingerebo. Almirage doesn't come up as often. Within like 150 games I played with this deck, maybe it was twice or three times I summoned Almirage. It was nice because these three times it enabled me to combo, or at least try to combo. But I was missing the third Link 1 I can do a couple times. So I decided to just put in the second Lingu instead of the Almirage. So I have to collect the data. If there will be a point where I'm gonna miss the Almirage, or when it comes up a couple times that I miss the Almirage and I lose the games because of that, I will for sure swap them again with the second Lingu. Or technically, you could also do the Link Disciple. But I like Link Disciple. It's pretty nice. So yeah, the second Lingu is probably what has to go there. Yeah, that is it for the deck. Basically, it felt pretty nice. It felt very clean. The two losses I had were preventable. So for the matchups, just to go over it real quick, it was round one. I played a mirror match, Malice mirror match. I won the dice roll. I set up double banish impulse through the roll, which was enough in the mirror match. Then game two, I opened three March hairs, which was unfortunate, and I lost. Game three, I won due to my opponent breaking. And I mean, I got Fuwad. I set up MTP with ransom, and I had Nibiru and Ash in hand. So I didn't even Ash them. I didn't even Ash the Fuwa because I knew what I have, and I want to rather just have all this set up to beat the opponent then. Um, then round two, I played against Draco Tail. A friend of mine. I lost the dice roll. Marchair carried that matchup. Marchair is insane in this Draco Tail matchup, but if you don't see Marchair, it's very tough. Then game two, he had an crazy card, like a crazy hand. He went like normal Cartesia effect, fuse three names for Arthalion, add back all three names, set three traps, make seal pass. So even end phase, add back the Cartesia. So he had this exact same card, same five cards in his hand, but had three traps set, a seals and Arthalion in graveyard. So it was basically he revealed four cards out of his hand to set three traps from his deck. That's what happened. It was this deck is just stupid if it draws like that. But game three I won because I had double impulse and very good follow up against his four. He only had four cards because he hand trapped me twice. Then round three I played against Yummy, like a crazy Yummy. I've never seen that before. It was like Yummy with Thunder Dragon Colossus, Cross Sheep with Herald. So if he tributes the Herald, he can summon something in Cross Sheep Zone again and Reborn Herald again. And it was something else. It was like post side. He also set up Visa Samritara with Manadium reframing set. It was never seen it. It looked interesting, but it doesn't win against Super Poly. I had a game because of Super Poly, and game two we went first again. I had Dark Ruler no more for Sod reframing, then Super Poly again to beat Overstuff with the Mud Dragon, and it was I got carried by Super Poly those games for sure. Then round four I played against Maliss Fiendsmith Millennium. Was a weird deck. Game one he went first again. Game one I super polyed him as well. Then ODK'd. Game two I foo at him. He gave me like two draws. I had Hair with White Rabbit, and I think it was Bestial Magnamut I had. So end phase I had even another Bestial. It was never enough for him to push through. Round five I played against Maliss again. This was my first loss. Game one I won even though I bricked. I had Super Poly, Baldrake, Druisworm, and Impulse. Marchair as well. But I managed to use the Baldrake Druisworm pretty nice, so they couldn't ODK me, and I even got to banish everything. I think I went Super Poly. They would still got Cryptor set GWC. Cryptor beat over the Garura, then GWC summoned back. Cryptor effect to summon back. Then I chained Baldrake and Druis. So when Cryptor gets summoned back, I just Baldrake tributed the Druisworm to banish Cryptor because he didn't have any Malice card banished. And the Baldrake, the Druisworm got sent to the graveyard, so he was also able to send Chessy Cat away. He passed on no cards. Then round six I played against, but round five I lost because I had game two the wrong read I told you about, and game three I just brain farted, didn't activate Super Poly when I had to. Yeah. Round 6, I played against Regotail. Game 1, it was a very grindy game. I made a wrong decision and lost because of that. I made a couple wrong decisions that game, looking back. Game 2, he lancied me, but I still managed to win. I set up MTP Cryptor, and yeah, that was enough against the deck. I also had a Bestial in hand, Baldrake, so that was definitely enough. Game 3, yeah, he set up his board, Lancia on top. So yeah, I didn't win against Lancia, which is not too big of a deal. Then round 7, I played against DDD. Game 1, I won the roll. Game 1, I set up double banish through Droll Ash. It was more than enough against his deck. Then game 2, he bricked. He lanced me, but I managed to set up some sort of board, and he didn't top deck anything, so I was able to kill him the turn after. Round 8, I played against Pure Yummy. Game 1, shifter, my first and only shifter that tournament, but he carried me. He won the roll, so he normal cupsy. I shifted, and yeah, the game was basically over at that point. Game 2, yeah, it was a bit of a weird game, but Nibiru carried me, and yeah, it was a weird game state, but in the end, I managed to win the game. Round 9, I played against Maliss again. My last Maliss, or like my last round. I think it was the fourth Maliss. 1, 2, 3, 4 Maliss. Yep. Game 1, I drolled him after he went first, and I managed to push through his board. Game 2, I lost to his last card in hand being Impulse. He played it well. He played it nice to stop like everything and then have Impulse as a like, backup plan. He won because of that. And game 3, he super polyed. I super polyed him. I had double impulse, but it didn't really have engine. He was able to stop it. So I just had Garura attack directly for 6k. Then I passed. I impulsed his play. Then my turn, I attacked with Garura again. And then the main phase 2, I won because I linked off Garura, drew something playable, and then I was just, yeah, in a very good spot, and he was never able to come back. Yeah, so in the end, I was 7-2. I got 8th place at the regional. It got me 31 word points. I'm currently standing on 67, if I'm not mistaken. It should be 67. A little bit behind because I only had 2 tournaments that actually gave me points. I'm definitely gonna catch up. I have to catch up to make the race, but it's also already only the beginning of the season, and I'm gonna definitely travel more, or like definitely travel enough and play enough so I can get those points. And yeah, with that being said, there's of course more content coming out. Stay tuned. Keep watching the videos. As always, if you have questions, let me know down in the comments. Text me on social medias. I offer coachings. If you're interested in coaching me, we can figure out something what helps you the best. I like to coach very individually, so it's not like something I do with everyone. I just try to take myself some time, discuss with you what helps you the most. What do you want to prepare yourself for? If it's a tournament or if it's just like getting better at the game in general. If it's technical play you're missing or you want to improve, or if it's deck building, you want to figure out how to build the decks correctly, what you have to take care of, what you have to calculate with, and so on and so forth. So I had only good reviews so far. If you're worried about it being not worth your money, make sure you only you don't overdo yourself. Yu-Gi-Oh isn't important, isn't an expensive hobby, especially with all the traveling and everything. Even though the cards are way more affordable right now, it still is a lot of money you spend for it. And yeah, if you still want to get better at the game, let me know. Text me either down in the comments or on Facebook, Instagram, whatever makes the most sense, whatever you are most comfortable with, or on Discord directly. And I would say, with that being said, I wish you guys a beautiful day, or night, or whatever it is for you. For me, it's night. I'm gonna go to the gym in about 30 minutes. And yeah, see you guys in the next video.